Good evening, everybody. Good evening.
Good evening.
So welcome, Mr. Kumara. Welcome, Anil sir. So
yeah, welcome.
First of all, I would like to thank you all participants, Mr. Kumara, Mr. Anil, for joining this webinar. And our today's chief guest is Mr. Anil Mittal. I'll introduce our speaker and Anil Mittal right now. So our chief guest is Mr. Anil Mittal. I'll introduce about him. He holds a degree in Bachelor of Mechanical Engineer. He ranked in second in the year 1995 in Pune University and won silver medal. He's a founder of IBC, Indian Business Club, that is a business networking platform. Currently, he's a managing director of Mittal Precision Auto Components Private Limited and Mittal Precision High Tech Steel Private Limited, in which he manufactures SS tubes, pipe, PFD building, world-class auto parts. He's also one of the directors in Collective Marketing and Services, which help his companies to grow their business together. He's also associated with various social service groups, namely Agarwal Brotherhood Club, National Social Group, Rotary Club, Agarwal Federation. He also strongly believes helping hands are better than folded hands. His vision is to build a strong nation and better society, to live in a helping society, to bridge the gap between rich and poor. So I welcome Anil sir and giving your valuable time, though he was in the hospital 10 minutes back, but right now also he is here joined. So thank you very much. I will also introduce our speaker. Our speaker is Kumara Jati. He is a MSc PhD, and he has done PhD in economics, also from School of Business and Economics, University of Brunei. He's a master postgraduate program in economic science. He's also faculty of economics from University of Indonesia. He holds bachelor degree in social sciences. He worked with currently he's associated with the director of Indonesian Trade Promotion Center in Chennai, Ministry of Trade and Republic of Indonesia. He also participated in international and national conferences and national conferences and call for paper, Center for Research, Parliamentary Expertise Agency, the Indonesian House of Representative in Jakarta as research coordinator. He also got his achievement is PhD graduate research scholarship, University Brunei, Darussalam in 2012-14. Best Paper Award from Facultas Economy, Dan Business University, Trixty, to attend international conference on featuring Indonesia and sustainable development in Jakarta. I would also like to thank to my participant or my student, Mr. Nilesh. He has coordinated with Indonesian Trade Center. Because of him, this program was organized because of his supports. So I thank you, my team members, all my team members who has put efforts to organize these sessions. So I request to our chief guest, Mr. Anil Ji Mittal, you are requested to inaugurate these sessions. Our objective of this session is to build increase the trade between India and Indonesian markets. So that I request to Anil sir, please inaugurate this session so that we'll continue.
Thank you, Mr. Vinayak. Thanks a lot for a very good introduction. In IBC, we have 3,500 entrepreneurs connected through all the WhatsApp group, and we have physical meeting also before Corona. Now we are starting off again. Really instrumental in organizing such seminars and helping our entrepreneurs to grow outside. So nice of you, Vinayak, and God bless you. And I formally inaugurate this summit and hand over the mic to Vinayak.
Yes. Thank you, Anil sir, for your valuable time. So I request to Kumara, please continue this session. So before that, I would like to give some participants some rules. This session will start. It will be interactive sessions. So between session, Mr. Kumara, if I'm not wrong, can they ask the questions? Because we said that it is an interactive sessions. Is that okay?
Yeah, possible, sir.
Is that okay? You can put it in chat box. Kumara, please keep open your chat box. So whatever questions are there, you will respond immediately. Is that okay?
Okay, great.
Are you there? Are you excited? You can put it in chat box.
Yeah, yeah, great.
Very good. Saworth. Yes. Anybody? Or what is your expectation? Anyway, my common question to you all, what is your expectation from this thing? Baldevji, Nanda, what is your expectation from this session? What do you expect? Because Mr. Kumara is also watching this, all your chat box. What is your expectation, Arup, Rajesh, Madri Sahu, Baldevji, Nanda, Maulik? What is your expectation from these sessions? Export scope for groundness in Indonesia. Okay. Business. Siladitya, business. Which business? To extract all trade knowledge from Kumara. Okay, Nanda. Very good. Grow business. Okay. Business opportunity and get new perspective. Okay. Very good. So, Mr. Kumara, it is handed over to you. Their expectations from the how we can increase the business bilateral trade between the two countries. So over to you, Kumara.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Mr. Vinayak Tunggair, Coach Exim, and founder 24 Mile for the invitation and wonderful introduction. Namaste, welcome, greetings. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. With great honor, I feel privileged to extend my sincere thanks for having us today for the interactive session on India-Indonesia business opportunity. Distinguished chief guest, Director Fasan Groups and founder Indian Business Club IBC, Mr. Anil Mittal. Thank you for the inauguration. And also present with us, Deputy Director ITPC Chennai, Mr. Aji Cahyadi, our senior local staff, Mr. Justin Matthew, and then Mr. Muhammad Nafid and Madam Herina Ermen. Respected representative and member of Tenggair Consultancy Services Limited, 24th Mile digital platform for total export import management service, and Indian Business Club IBC. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I already saw several videos from 24th Mile in YouTube presented by Mr. Vinayak. Many good information and experts have been invited and present in the online webinar. If everyone already saw the video, so maybe most of the guests today already experts, and it is easier for me to explain to all of you. I will try to share my presentation about India-Indonesia trade investment opportunity. Wait a second. Can you see the screen?
Yeah, we can see. You can make it 100% full.
Okay.
You can see.
Yeah, this is about the Indonesian trade representative in the world. So Indonesian Trade Promotion Center ITPC is part of the Indonesian trade representative in the world under Ministry of Trade and under Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Republic of Indonesia. Total, we have 24 Indonesian trade representative, 19 Indonesian Trade Promotion Center ITPC, 24 trade attaché, 1 Hong Kong Trade Council, 1 trade office in Taiwan, and 1 WTO ambassador. So ITPC is like, if you know, Matrade from Malaysia, if you know JETRO from Japan, maybe in India like ITPO or some trade office. So we are trying to promote Indonesian product abroad and also try to make more business between Indonesia and destination countries. So in this session, ITPC Chennai is connection Indonesia-India. So who is ITPC Chennai? We are trade representative under coordinating Indonesian Embassy in Delhi, Consulate General Mumbai in India. It is a non-profit entity. The main objective is bridging a trade relationship between Indonesia and India, boosting Indonesian goods export to India, and to connect the business for all the stakeholders. So our organization, ITPC, is providing services to serve and help all distributors, traders, retailer stores who are looking for goods to fulfill their products needed. And also ITPC Chennai will provide services through assistance, information on best Indonesian products. There are 3 main facilitation that we can give to the stakeholders. One is trade mission. We facilitating Indonesian companies to meet the stakeholders in India. Two, buying mission. We facilitate Indian companies to meet exporters at expo event in Indonesia, like Trade Expo Indonesia or other expo in Accra. And three, trade show. So we facilitating Indonesian companies to promote and sell Indonesian products at expo in India. But this three facilitation is before the pandemic. So during the pandemic, we usually do. Sometimes we also deal with the existing importer traders that already have Indonesian products. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Indonesia economy and India macroeconomic data. So, why we should choose Indonesia? Because Indonesia is one of the world's fastest growing economy, just like India, and Indonesia is largest economy in Southeast Asian region. And also, Indonesia is world most populous country in the world, like India, also the second most populous nation. Indonesia is abundant variety of commodities, and then Indonesia is newly industrialized country. We have the largest nickel and palm oil production in the world, and we have tin and coal production, the second largest in the world. So other than that, we have also other export competitive products like processed foods, spices, home decor, furniture, and so on and so forth. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this is two leaders from Indonesia, President Joko Widodo, and from India, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So in 30 May 2018, both leaders agree to increase the bilateral trade target become $50 billion in the next 4 years. So in 2025, many homework to be done to increase this total trade. And also we need to get more investment, either inbound or outbound, both country. And then this is just macroeconomic data about the prediction of Indian total population. So in the next 9 years, based on several research and prediction, India can surpass China, become the biggest population in the world. So right now, the second biggest. So in 2030, India can become the most populous country in the world. So many opportunity can be done. Even the population growth, India is one of the biggest. Indonesia also part of the big population growth compared to other country. And then this is in terms of economy. So Indonesia and India is part of $1 trillion country. In the year 2015, based on the prediction from the PricewaterhouseCoopers, Indonesia can become the fourth biggest economy, and India can become the second biggest economy compared to other country. India right now already the third. Indonesia is around rank number 8. So if the economic stability, the growth, and the business can grow very well, so the economy can be focused in Asia, especially Indonesia and India. How about the population pyramid? So if we see the breakdown the population, most of the people in Indonesia and India is dominated by young people. So India has the largest young population in the world. The number is around 356 million people. It's bigger than China, only around 260 million. Even Indonesia is the third biggest young population in the world, around 60 million people, so surpass USA. If we can focus the business on this young population, we can target it and market, increase the business. It is a very good opportunity also. And also India, Indonesia, and the next 9 years until 2030, we have demographic bonus. So many young people, talented, can increase the economy, increase the business, especially in the age of 20 until around 49. It's a young age, gold era. We can also focus on this demographic bonus. How about the macroeconomic population? So based on the statistic data, also Indonesia and India have a big number of total middle upper class people. Like India has around 307 million, around 22% compared to the total population. Indonesia has 252 million, around plus minus 91%, the middle upper class people. So we can also focus on this. In terms of GDP per capita, India around 2,000 US dollar, Indonesia around 4,000. So it's increasing. And before the pandemic, the inflation rate, actually Indonesia, India has low and stable inflation rate, but because of the pandemic, maybe India has a little bit increase in terms of inflation. And about the numbers of provinces and states, Indonesia has 34 provinces. India has around 37 territories, including 29 states and 8 union territory. And if you see in the map, actually Indonesia and India has direct sea border in Andaman Nicobar and Aceh province. So if we want to connect the trade, it is easier and closer compared to other country. Next, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, this is just the economic indicator. So both country is dominated by services sector and then industry. And if we see the right table, we can see the global competitiveness rank. Indonesia and India is better compared to other African country, but we have homework to be done to catching up the developed countries. And the prediction of economic growth this year and next year, it will be increased. So we can see also the unemployment rate. Actually, before the pandemic, both country has low and good number, but because of the pandemic, the numbers is also increasing. That's challenges that we need to calculate also the risk. How about the trade investment Indonesia and India right now, the condition? So based on statistic data, Indonesian statistic, the total bilateral trade between Indonesia and India is increased 54% from only 9.9 billion US dollar. In this January-September 2021, increase become 15.2 billion US dollar. Although still pandemic, but the bilateral trade is increased, is a good sign. Even the export number from Indonesia to India also increased around 35% from only 7.1 billion US dollar become 9.7 billion US dollar. And the number even bigger when we see the India export to Indonesia or Indonesia import from India, number is increased 103% from only 2.7 billion to become 5.5 billion US dollar. So what is the product that Indonesia export to India? This is the 20 biggest export commodity. The 5 largest export commodities Indonesia to India is coal, palm oil, iron and steel, chemical products, and rubber. There are 2 commodities whose export will increase significantly this year, like ore, slag, and ash, HS code 26, plastic and articles, HS code 39. And then the interesting thing is, in the last 3 years, all 34 provinces have experience of exporting products to India. So all the districts or the states in Indonesia, or we call it provinces, already experienced exporting products to India. And 5 largest provinces that have export to India is Riau, is Kalimantan, Jakarta, East Java, and South Kalimantan. And how about the India export to Indonesia? This is the 20 biggest imported product from India. So the 3 biggest product that Indonesia import is sugars, iron and steel, and mineral fuels. And then the biggest increase is cereals. So in January, July 2021, only 0.2 become 87 million US dollars. So other than that, we also import many things like pharmaceutical products, and then machineries, ceramics, and so on and so forth. So, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, during this pandemic, also there is a restriction for commercial flight between both countries. So we can utilize the mobile phone, internet. This is data from We Are Social Hotsuite 2020. Indonesia has around 338 million unique mobile phone users. The number is more than total population, so there is indication one person has at least one or two unique mobile phone users. And India has around 1 billion unique mobile phone users. In terms of internet users, Indonesia has 175 million. India has around 687 million. And in terms of active social media users, Indonesia has around 160 million. India has around 500 million active media social users. Even ITPC Chennai, right now we are very active in social media. We have around 9,800 followers in Facebook, around almost 5,000 followers in Instagram, also around 32,000 people already visit ITPC Chennai website. We also active in LinkedIn, and then Twitter, and then Pinterest. But if the stakeholder business people also want to utilize and maximize this internet, you can also target the world unique mobile phone users. Like total, there are 5.2 billion unique mobile phone users, around 4.5 billion internet users, and around 3.8 billion active social media users. And also during this pandemic, the stakeholders also can utilize the marketplace. So many benefit that you can use is marketplace, e-commerce, like more of latest information sources, lower data search costs, information more complete, and so on and so forth. Ladies and gentlemen, Ministry of Trade also has apps, we call it InExport. You can access is a free one-stop service to provide convenience for business actors in obtaining export trade information. So just can register. You can see the product catalog. You can give inquiry by request. You can see also the event and training. You can also see the research corner. Total in InExport.id, we have around 9,700 members, around 5,000 products uploaded by members, and also around 460 market information provided by the trade representative. Next, this is about regulation for trade in Indonesia. So since 2020, in the month of September, there is an omnibus law. So we try to increase the ease of doing business in Indonesia. So some of the regulation we try to review, and then this is the link that you can see and check. First, there is a legal documentation and information network from Ministry of Trade in gdih.kemendak.go.id. Second, we have Indonesia National Single Window.go.id. This is a synergy between ministries, agencies, port, airport entities. And then third, there is inatrade.kemendak.go.id. This is licensing services in the field of electronic trading. And fourth is electronic certificate of origin issuance system. So if you want to import or export between both countries, so we recommended to use the certificate of origin, because since 2010, Indonesia and India has free trade agreement in ASEAN-India free trade agreement. In the bottom, you can see the trade documents. This is just information for a beginner, a new business people. we just want to say that if you want to make international trade or export import, just follow the flow, like the promotion, the inquiry, offer set, order set, and the important thing is sales contract. So between exporter and importer have to do the sales contract, because if there is a dispute between both parties, we can see again what is inside the sales contract, and we can try to solve from that. Next, this is another useful information source for trade and investment regulation in India. We have from Director General of Foreign Trade, indijendaglu.kemenak.go.id. We have also Food and Drug Safety and Standard Authority, like FSSAI in India. We call it in Indonesia BPOM, National and Drug Food Control, in pom.go.id. Next, we have Goods and Standardization Regulation. We call it National Standardization Agency. And also we have investment regulation in bkpm.go.id. And also in the bottom, we can see the useful information sources of company verification. So if you have any inquiry from Indonesian companies, Indonesian entities, you can check also from this Director General of Legal Administration, Ministry of Law and Human Rights in ahu.go.id. And also you can try to verify also the tax number. Like in India, you have goods and services tax. In Indonesia, we call it tax ID number. You can check in irek.pajak.go.id. And also the last one, can verify business identification number. We have Indonesian National Single Window in ensw.go.id. But if you have any difficulties, just contact us. You can also help and try to verify the potential buyer or seller in Indonesia. And also the Ministry of Trade of Republic Indonesia has a report, Export News. There are many good opportunity in these products. It's free, can be downloaded. Like in copper, spices, copra, tuna, stainless steel, food and beverage, and sport shoe, and so on and so forth. And then next, this is just an example. There are around 40 until 50 Indonesian products already exist in India shops and even in marketplace, from processed food, biodegradable plastic, and then paper, and then even animal feed. And then this is also more instant coffee, instant noodle, and then coconut milk, even printer ink. This is all already here in India. Besides that, Indonesia also very famous in spices. So some importer traders buy in bulky without brand, and then they pack in small packaging and put their own brand, because Indonesia has good quality of spices. This is just in the sample. Some Indonesian product already promote and sell the product in one of the marketplace in tradeindia.com. That's about trade. How about the investment? Right now, around 57 Indian company already exist in Indonesia. There are many prospects from oil and gas, transportation, textile machine, salt technology, electrical energy, renewable energy, and also Indonesia also already invest in India. We call it outbound investment, from food processing in Bisco India, Garuda Food, and Enerlife. We have also startup. So because India has young talent in IT, startup, 3 companies already open representative, Anabati, Gojek, and Traveloka. And also in agriculture and farming, Indonesia has Asian company. There are 2 companies, Tanindo Seeds, Java Confit, and Logistic Cargo and Forwarding. We have also PT Samudra Indonesia Shipping Line. This is just a sample. Around 28 Indian company already invest in Indonesia. This is also the example, 9 companies already invest from Indonesia to India. Ladies and gentlemen, this is case. This is a 6th point that we want to highlight about market opportunity in India and Indonesia. First, we can see the demographic change. So the business people can target the young people, the young age, because they want to consume, they want to buy easy and practical goods and services. So if the business people can make the goods and services very practice, you can target this. That's number one. Number two, you can also try to increase the revenue by reaching out the people. Like right now, the purchasing power is increased. So people want to have good quality of product. So if you buy or sell product, imported products, or you can also export the product to Indonesia but have good quality, you can also increase the revenue. Number three, yeah, like typical developing countries, usually many urbanization from the village to the city. So people work in the urban area, and there is indication also women workers, female workers. So usually female workers also work in the cities and try to buy the branded goods, and then they also buy the imported products. One of them also from Indonesia. And also there is organized retail growth. So based on the data, there is a penetration of organized retail expected to increase around 15% in a year. And number five, the business people also need to improve the packaging. So sometimes the customer, the consumer want to buy if they see the good packaging, and then the good packaging also can increase the shelf life of goods. Last but not least, there is improve of freezer facilities. I saw not only in the cities, in the small cities, also in the village, many cold storage, freezing rooms. So if the goods need the freezing facilities, so many good technology already increased and can put the goods in freezer facilities. This is just the closing from me. There are 4 points need to be highlighted. So one, we need to do the long-term time-oriented effort. So not only short-term, but long-term. We need to have strong commitment to build good relationship and networking between Indonesia and India. And then number two, the business in Indonesia and India generally still in cultural in nature and depend on the personal closeness. So we cannot only discuss WhatsApp contact 1 or 2 times, need several time discussion, and we can connect later on. Number three, we need to have persuasive and intensive interaction, but not hasty. It is important to get trust, so we can create more partnership and joint ventures. Last but not least, selection of good partners like importers, distributor, traders, and marketplace that responsive is essential. Like active in participating in program held by stakeholders like this special program from Mr. Vinayak. ITPC Chennai is very thankful because already invited. And then this is just information of Indonesian government representative in India. We have our Embassy of Republic Indonesia in Delhi, and also our Consul General Republic Indonesia in Mumbai, and also ITPC Chennai in Tamil Nadu. And this is Indian government and business representative in India, Embassy India in Jakarta, Consul General India in Bali, and also Consul General India in Medan, and also there is a Confederation of Indian Industry, CII, Chambers of Commerce in Jakarta. Yeah, I think that's from me. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for your kind attention. I give back the slides to Mr. Vinayak. Thank you.
Thank you, Kumara, for your presentations. So my request to all participants, if you have any questions, you can ask, feel free to ask the questions, any questions. You can ask the questions. Anybody, Anil sir, if you also want to ask the questions, you can also ask the questions. So participant, you can put your question in chat box. I will read and I will convey to the sir. Kumara, one question asked by Mauli. I want to visit of Indonesia for business purpose. How ITPC can help us? He wants to visit to Indonesia. How ITPC can help?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Vinayak, and the question. Actually, the last 1 or 2 weeks, Indonesia immigration already give they call it open for visitors, especially for tourists to Bali and Bintan. So only need around 2 days to be quarantined in the hotel. But because of this new variant of COVID-19, Omicron, is increased again, become 7, and last few days also become 10 days. But some of the stakeholders, importers, tourists already visit. Right now, there is no direct flight. Usually the flight goes to like Sri Lanka, Colombo, or Dubai, or maybe can use the other flight. But right now, if you want to apply visa, it's available online. Just go in imigrasi.go.id is Indonesian immigration, can apply online. But you need also to get a sponsor from Indonesian stakeholder like company or other organization. Or you can also contact Indonesian embassy or consul general of Republic Indonesia in Mumbai, or just contact us. We will here to support. Thanks.
Okay. Next question. Which agriculture products demand in Australia on Indonesia? Which agriculture products demand in means he's asking in India which agriculture products we can export from India to Indonesia.
Okay. For agricultural products, I already put in the presentation, the highest product that we import from India is sugar.
Sugar. Okay.
Yeah, usually we import the sugar from Thailand and Australia, but right now we also change some of the regulation because the total trade target in 2025 is $50 billion. So we give relaxation to sugar, especially from India, to import because Indian sugar also have good quality and competitive price. So one of them is sugar. Other than that, we also import dry chili, onion, and also rice. But there is some regulation that you can see also in the ministries, respective ministries about the, and also usually the association also support how to do the trade, especially export and import. That's from my side. Thank you, Mr.
Hope Archana, you have got the answer. The next question is asked by the Nitin. What about mechanical engineering products from where we get the buyer from Indonesia? He's asking about mechanical engineering products.
So want to export or import mechanical engineering product?
Import to Indonesia.
Or want to sell the mechanical engineering product?
Yeah.
Yeah, for mechanical engineering, actually for textile and products, textile machineries, some Indian manufacturing unit already export to Indonesia, and then the Indonesian stakeholder also come and visit to India to check, to see the opportunity how to import the machineries, because India also has the good quality and competitive products to this kind of sector. But Indonesia also strong in raw material like carbon fiber and then polyester product also we are strong, but we also import like the cotton material from Indonesia. Yeah, so both country actually complementary. Some we export and some we also import. Okay. Next one.
Yogesh has asked the question, what is the scope for exporting paints to Indonesia? Paints.
Paints.
Yeah, yeah.
For paints, we have to check first about the HS code and then the regulation, because I think Indonesia also produce their own paints, but we will see what is the useful and then the HS code. If already some people already export import, so it is possible, but if there is no one do the trade, so we have to check the tariff and non-tariff regulation first.
Okay, okay, okay. Have you got Mr. Yogesh? Have you got the answer? Or if you have any clarification, you can put it in chat box. Srini has asked the questions. What documents need to import products from Indonesia? What documents required when we want to import from Indonesia?
Yeah, for importing, usually you need to have the export-import code license, and then it depends on the product. You can see the like GST, goods and services tax, and you can also learn from the existing importers or traders that have been done importing products from Indonesia. But if you want to open a new business, also we have a story in 2019. There is one importer in Coimbatore. We start from the scratch. He import processed food from Indonesia because Indonesian processed food also very competitive and has a good quality. And then he start doing business and then open new branch in Madurai, in Chennai, and then the business expand. So many opportunities because like I mentioned before, right now around 40 until 50 Indonesian brand, especially processed food already in India. Even right now there are 7 exclusive Indonesian forum, Indonesian furnitures, handicraft, and home decors showroom already established in south part of India, like in Tamil Nadu, in Chennai, Madurai, Coimbatore, and then in Bangalore. So many opportunities. If you want to import, just contact us. We will share the detail.
Next question. Nilesh has asked the questions. We want to set up our offices in Indonesia. How ITPC will support us?
Yeah, like already mentioned before, since September 2020, we have the Omnibus Law. So it is easier to open a company investment in Indonesia. Many opportunities, like some company already propose how to open like a trading office or maybe small entities of business. Just contact us. Even right now, all we do it online because of the pandemic and because of you want to increase the ease of doing business opportunities. Even India has diaspora, has one of the biggest diaspora in the world. Some Indian people even that already open a company in Singapore, in Malaysia. They want to open again another branch, new company in Indonesia. So it is possible. We're here to support even for licensing, for export import. Right now we do it online. So you can check the existing website or just contact us. We will support from here.
Next question, Srikant has asked. Some international broker is available in Indonesia so that they will market our products. Indonesian brokers.
Yes, many brokers, many traders. Sometimes they become competitors, but sometimes also they can help and support at least the networking, sharing information about the opportunity, about the product knowledge, about the price, like commodity price, because the commodity price is ups and down, and then the business climate, and then the shipping price recently is increasing, right? They also can support that. Even they also can give services if you want to open a branch or investment or trading office in Indonesia. They also can support. Even one of the person that I know very well, one Indian man married with an Indonesian woman. He sell his house and then he want to open business in Indonesia, and then one of the intermediate person, brokers, also support, and then even he can have the licensings, and then like the some kind of permanent resident, kitas and kitab. So it is very helpful if you can get more information from the third party, or even just check in the website or just contact us. We will support from. Yeah.
Okay. So do you have any website like that to have a broker list? Anything website is there? Any website?
Yeah, there are some option, but better in the beginning you can see the bkpm.go.id for the investment regulation, because in this year 2021 some of the regulation is changing, so it is easier. Even previously, if you want to open a company, you need to have two person, and then you need to deposit around 50 million rupiah. But right now, 2021, only one person can open a company, and there is no some kind of deposit to be put in the bank. So it is easier for people to open. Even for foreigner, you can also get a partnership in Indonesia and check the opportunity if you want to open a business in Indonesia, because right now already around 57 big company already in Indonesia. Even for the products, they come directly to the cities, even to village, to source like the spices, because we are very famous in cloth, and then other products like furnitures. They buy, they collect, they also because they know the FSSAI and then the regulation, the GFT in India, they buy and then they send from Indonesia to India and then sell in India, because Indonesia has the very competitive and good quality products. So many opportunity even in India. You have the CII in Jakarta, and then two consulate general office in Medan and in Bali. Even Indonesia only have one consulate general office in Mumbai, but India has two consulate general. So many opportunity you can utilize the existing government entities and chambers and the business that already there.
Okay, Maulik says repeat this website name for broker list. Maulik, don't worry. This recording will be uploaded on the YouTube, so you can watch it later on. YouTube channel name is 24 Mile. You can subscribe that channel, then you will get all the presentation there. One of my question is, there are many participants have asked the questions regarding export opportunity for that respective product. So my request to you, we conduct a weekly session on how to find out that and how to tap the opportunity, where we explain how to find out the export opportunity and potential for that respective country. So please do join that session so that you will get to know. So next question is that there is a lot of opportunity for the service export to Indonesia. Our too many CA and accountants, they are doing the outsourcing work in Indonesia. So how can we connect? How can we connect with the service provider, and how can we supply our accounting and accounting outsourcing services to Indonesia? Will you please support on this?
Yeah, for accounting and for services sector, actually there are several Indian company already there in Indonesia, like in banking sector. But for accounting, we have to check if the accounting company is in Big Five, like PwC or Deloitte, even some CEO in the Fortune 500, even from India. So if you have the competency, the capacity, you can also check the opportunity. the organization and the diaspora in Indonesia is very solid. Even some like Tamil Sagam and in Charm, there are some also Indian informal organization is there. You can check the availability, but for accounting, we have to check the regulation. Is there any specific accounting? Because Indonesia also strong in this sector. There's some regulation like you need to have brevet A, brevet B, but in the detail we have to check and then we'll get back to you.
Okay. Suhas has asked the question, does Indonesia have industrial directory by state? Industrial directory like we are having Trade India, India Mart?
Yeah. For industry, we have Ministry of Industry in kemenperin.go.id, but like I mentioned before, total there are 34 provinces in Indonesia. Like in you have states and union territory. Each and every province in Indonesia has their own local trade and industry agency. They have also their website. And for this industry, we have also give some relaxation and incentive in terms of tax. So if you open a business in the free trade zone, so it can be easier to open, but you can check also in the, we call it Disperindak in all 34 provinces in Indonesia. Or for central government, we have kemenperin.go.id. They also make some kind of cluster in industry. I think that's from us. But if you right now, we try to boost the investment outside Java, and it is happening. But some of the concerns sometimes electricity, but we're here to support. And then in the next 4 or 5 years, also we're planning to shift the capital city from Jakarta, but still in from Jakarta to Kalimantan, but still in process. But also, if you want to open business outside in Java Island, also possible, like in Sumatra or in Kalimantan, Sulawesi, also possible.
Okay. So next question is, Anga asks what kind of opportunity exists for automotive components industry, especially in the field of electronics and electric vehicle space. Electric vehicle, because we are having a lot of manufacturing in India, and they want to explore their market for their products, electric bikes or vehicles.
Yeah, for electric vehicles, it is already starting, especially from state-owned enterprise. We call it PLN, so National State-Owned Enterprise in Electricity, because Indonesia also very strong in nickel. Nickel is one of the main part of the battery, lithium battery. So we have the mining, so we want also the increase the industry in electric vehicle. Even some of the automotive company from India already have their distributor and open investment, open a company in Indonesia like Tata, and then Royal Enfield, and then other company like Bajaj, TVS. So the opportunity is there, but to be honest, there are also some obstacles, like Indonesia also strong in automotive, but if the product is competitive and then the quality is good, I think all the business also can try to get this opportunity. If you have any question, just contact us.
Okay. Any other questions? Because there are some questions regarding what is the business opportunity in Indonesia, so that we can go to the trade map and you can find it out. Just any other different questions which we can ask to the director ITBC. So some interaction. Just a minute. We'll take 1 or 2 last session, then we'll conclude. Just a minute. Is there any portal in Indonesia which give daily price of commodities like LME, London Metal Exchange? Is there any portal in Indonesia? I think LME will be the baseline. My voice is audible?
Yeah. Yes, audible.
Mauli asks, is there any portal in Indonesia which give daily price of commodities?
Oh, daily price. Yeah. Actually, some of the Indian product already available online in Indonesia, like in Tokopedia, and then other online products like, yeah, if you can check the reference, one of the reference price is in marketplace, like you have India Mart and Trade India, like Blibli.com and other marketplace. But for we need to check what kind of commodity. In Ministry of Trade, we have Bapepti. So this is one of the futures commodity, not futures. We have BKDI, like a futures trading website is under Bapepti. So it's under Ministry of Trade. Some of the commodity also has info from there. You can check in bapepti.go.id. You can get also a reference price there. But actually the commodity prices depend also in the supply and demand and fluctuating. Like right now the cloth price is increasing, but demand also increase. So it depends on the harvest season. Usually if the harvest season, the price is going down, but if low season, the price is going up. And also it depends on the demand. If in the like holiday or like New Year or Indonesia Lebaran or Christmas, usually the price is going up. But other season, the price is going down. So there is certain season when the price is going up and down, but you can check also in the bapepti.go.id is one of the reference for the commodity price like tin, even some products like palm oil or pepper. And we have also the Director General of Domestic Trade. They also release we call it 10 basic commodities price. It can also be used as a reference price. Even the local trade and industry office in the provinces also release their own information. So it depends on the place for the commodity price.
Okay, as you told, there is a sugar exporting. Indonesia started importing the sugar from India. So my question is to you: how can we connect with that Indonesian sugar buyer to supply? How to connect with them?
Yeah, for basic commodities like sugar and then onion, rice, and even we import bovine meat. So usually the state-owned enterprise that buy or import from other country and also from India. And then the exporter usually they connect with us through APEDA, Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority. So under this Ministry of Commerce Industry, Government of India, APEDA, they connect through APEDA and to the state-owned enterprise in Indonesia, the importer. But to be honest, sometimes there is also tariff and non-tariff measures in this kind of product because Indonesia also produce these basic commodities product. Usually we import in a certain period of time, like I said, when the price is increased, the government want to stabilize the commodity product. So we import this product even for special for sugar. Sometimes the decision how much we import is based on the coordination meeting in Ministry of Economic Coordinating Ministries. So this is a high-level decision, and then the state-owned enterprise will contact the potential importer, usually through APEDA, and then they can import. And then the volume is very big, not a small amount. I think that's it. Thank you.
So our all question is almost over. So any concluding note would you like to give because we also conduct a lot of coaching sessions and we educate our Indians people. Our objective is to make our increase our trade between all over the globe, with all countries, because our export is 1.8% of total export, India's exports, and our population is 140 CR. It is just almost 20% of the world populations. So comparatively very less export. If you compare with Japan and other country and China, it is very less as compared to. So what advice or what would you like to give to the our all participants? They are all my many are my students, because they are my students. We also conduct coaching sessions, and we believe that knowledge is export import knowledge is one part, giving market knowledge is one part, and very important part is giving the environment of the export and import, giving these types of environment, like calling you as a from Indonesia and giving the session. So this is the creating the environment, and this environment will open our mindset and will be open, and then we can interact with overseas buyers, suppliers, and we can increase our trade. So this is the way we work here. Also, we provide outsourcing services who are new to this export and import. We support them and ensure that international trade bilateral trade between two countries will grow. So any conclude note would you like to give to all participants?
Okay. In this special occasion, we also would like to thank you so much to Mr. Vinayak Themgayer, the coach Exim and founder 24 Miles, for the wonderful invitation, and then for all the students, especially the new business people, the startup. You can see many opportunities in India to be connected to Indonesia. Even some of the experienced people have done the business, import and export. Even there are 3 Indian business entities, importer, they received the Prima Duta award. It's one of the precious award from Ministry of Trade, Government of Indonesia, to the importer that regularly import Indonesian product and sell and promote. So if you have any query or further need further information, just contact us, Indonesian Trade Promotion Center in Chennai. We always ready to support increasing the connection and trade business between Indonesia and India. So hopefully this presentation information can give enlightenment to all stakeholders. We also learned from Mr. Vinayak, your YouTube channel also very interesting, I saw. And then I also learned myself about many things. And then if the guest, your student, watch very carefully, and all can become expert in business, I think. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kumara, for your valuable time. And he's a director of Indonesian Trade Promotion Center. Whoever is watching on video, please also go through the what value you have got it from these sessions. Please put it into chat box. Also in comments. Also, do you want any interaction with any international say trade organizations, any chambers, any embassy? Please put it in the chat box. So we will try to bring it them on platform. Our objective is to create environment. Please subscribe all our channels, social media platforms, so you will get update about the new forthcoming. We also conduct stories of successful exporters, various successful exporters interaction with on this channel. Also industry experts, we bring it on our platform. We also conduct sessions on coaching sessions on weekly basis on export and import. Please follow our all social media platform of 24 Mile and get the benefit of knowledge and grow in your all business. So thank you very much, Kumara, and thank you very much for your participant for giving your valuable time. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Bahu dan Jabat. Good evening.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye.